Spirituality like changed my life. It's the reason that I love myself, that I could heal from heartbreak. It's the reason that I am the way I am. It literally changed everything for me. Hi guys, welcome back to another video. This is the final video in the Self-Love Sunday series, so thanks if you've watched the other two. If you haven't, make sure to watch them before this video just so you get like a general idea of what I'm going to be speaking about. This video is all about self-love for the soul, so I'm going to talk about my journey through spirituality. What actually is spirituality? I found like a definition online. In general, it includes a sense of connection to something bigger than ourselves and typically involves a search for meaning in life. It's a universal human experience, something that touches all. I think it's a vessel that you can explore yourself in. I think it's never ending, such a broad idea and concept. And there's so many different parts of spirituality to get your head around, to explore, to think about. And it's definitely an important part of my self-love journey. And I think you can really fall in love with yourself when you fall in love with spirituality. So in terms of my actual spiritual journey, because someone said, how do I begin spirituality? So I thought I'd just let you know a bit of background around my journey through spirituality. I've always known that there was something bigger out there, and this is where I've had a complicated relationship with religion, because where I don't believe that there's a specific God, and I've always labelled myself as like an atheist throughout my life. The faith aspect of religion is very prevalent in spirituality, and I've been reading a lot of books and they compare spirituality with religion. It's not the same thing, and faith and religion also aren't the same thing, but it is a belief system. The idea of God can be seen and represented in spirituality through the universe. So the universe is power. It's also referred to as the source energy, which is what I sometimes like to call it. I've always known that there's something bigger out there. I've always felt, I guess you could say, a bit different. I'm not gonna lie. I always used to call it this soul deep buzz. So I used to think, like, when I was acting specifically or when I was looking at the sky, I'd always get this soul deep buzz, and it starts here like in the heart chakra, and it just encases my whole body, and it's like this energy. It feels like a current. It's almost like a transformative experience, and when people would look at the sky and see it as something so beautiful and be like, oh, look how beautiful the sky is tonight or whatever, I feel it as a physical sensation, and it is so weird, and it's hard to like get your head around. And at the moment specifically, because I've been doing so much work on my spirituality, I'm just so connected, and I feel this soul deep feeling constantly. So every single second of the day at the moment, I'm feeling like such a buzz and such an energy. And the reason why I want to make this video and I want to talk about spirituality is because I want everyone to feel this. This is magic. So I've always had this feeling, and then my auntie is actually a holistic therapist, I believe. I don't know her actual title. I never know how to describe it, but she's a medium, like she can speak to spirits, and it's her business. So she does tarot readings, she does psychic readings, Reiki healing, all this spiritual stuff. I don't want to overwhelm people that are watching that don't know if they believe in spirituality, because I'm going to assume that if you clicked on this video you have some form of intrigue, and I know it can seem so bizarre to people, but I think one thing I ask of you before you watch this video is just to trust me and to watch it with an open mind, because I'm not lying when I tell you my experiences and tell you that this feeling that I'm feeling is so real. So yeah, my mom's like told me stories of circumstances where she's been able to speak to spirits and seen ghosts and stuff. So there's always been that connection. And then obviously with my auntie, like recently, as I've been older and I've been like more connected to her, I've asked her to teach me a little bit, like take me under her wing. So I've been to a couple of spiritual events with her when she's been like working. So I've sat into loads of angel talks, and I've had lots of different readings. She said that all the women in our family are white witches, so it's been like passed down. I have a friend called Mia who's really spiritual. You're watching this, Mia, I love you a lot. and she sort of like introduced me to like the whole world of like crystals and more into like witches. I've just been so intrigued, and I felt such a like gravitation towards her and the things she does. Yeah, when my auntie sort of like confirmed that, I was like, that makes so much sense on why I feel so connected to spirituality and have done for a while. Yeah, and then my best friend Dana, I always call her my soul sister because I just think she's amazing. She gifted me a book called Make It Happen by Jordana Levin, and it kind of was the first thing that really like got me to be more serious about spirituality. I'm going to talk you through now 5 ways that you can explore spirituality and explore your soul for self-love. So the first one is definitely expand your knowledge, and I'm doing this every day. The most beautiful and also the most frustrating thing about like spirituality is it's so broad. There's so many things. I'm learning everything about myself, and I'm feeling so enlightened, and I'm so much closer to my true self. And I'm like, wow, I've done so much work and I've got so much knowledge, and then I uncover another thing and I'm like, oh my god, I didn't even know that. And there's just so many different aspects of spirituality, and I think the only way that you're really going to get a grasp of it is to expand your knowledge. So that's through books. Make It Happen is a really good one, specifically for manifestation. The Secret is another book that's so famous in the spiritual world. It's got the answer to like everything, and it's a book, but it's also on Netflix. You can literally watch the film version if you have a Netflix subscription. There's this thing called Gaia. A really dear friend of mine recommended to me. He described it as a spiritual Netflix, which is exactly what it is. Online video streaming platform. You have to pay like a monthly subscription, but it's got so many videos on there. I've just ordered The Power of Now, and I want to order A New Earth, I think it's called, by the same author. It's really important to like learn, and I think this is going to be a reoccurring theme throughout your whole spiritual journey. Like, you're just going to want to learn, and also like when you uncover one thing and you read something, you just want to read it all because it's just mad. I just feel like I've been awakened, and I'm like, oh my god, there's so much out there like beyond this in who I am, which is just crazy. The next thing is meditation. Just finished watching this series on Gaia. It's by this guy called Joe Dispenza, and he's a scientist, doctor, and it's a series called Rewired, and it's about like rewiring your brain. So it's scientific, which is really nice, and it's kind of a good way to help people who are very analytic to understand spirituality. Meditation is a tool to become present. So you'll probably hear a lot of people say, I feel so present, or I want to become present. The whole idea of meditation is it's supposed to be the strongest form of sense of being to connect you to your highest self. So what I found was mad. This was in the video that I watched. 95% of who you are by the time you're 35 is a set of hardwired thought. So 95% of your mind runs in an unconscious or subconscious program. So I mentioned like the subconscious in my first video, but basically, like, being really general, your subconscious mind is everything like your beliefs and everything that you learned to believe. So let's just deep that for a second. 95% of the way you think, it's probably not true. It's a habit, it's routine, and that's why people struggle to change so much. And then the other 5% is your creativity, your faith, your logic, your will, and your reasoning. You have the subconscious mind, the conscious mind, which is being like really present. Meditation allows you to really connect and visit your subconscious. Like, you need to become conscious of your unconscious thoughts and able to change. And when I say change, I mean like change the way you think. So specifically for self-love, you need to be conscious and recognize that, wow, I want to change, I want to love myself. Like, these subconscious thoughts that I've been able to access through meditation aren't true. And obviously it's great for so many things. Like, that's like very like in depth and deep and spiritual, and not everyone would even have a desire to uncover this. But like, meditation, again, is just the purest form that you can just switch off and become present, and you can rationalize your thoughts and anxieties and feelings. And then self-love for the soul is crystals. I've just bought 2 crystals with me today because This is like a tumble stone, so it's a crystal but it's like smooth, so you can like carry it, wear it, whatever. And it is rose quartz. You won't be able to God, I'm such a YouTuber. You can't really tell, but it has like a pink tinge to it. It doesn't really look that pink on the camera, but it is. So this is rose quartz, and the reason I chose this specific crystal for this video is because rose quartz is like the universal crystal for love, specifically self-love. So this is great if you want to learn how to love yourself more, if you want to even attract love in your life. And then this is selenite. Another book that you can get is called The Crystal Code. And it's a modern guide to crystal healing, and this is really accessible for anyone that's like completely new to the world of crystals, because it has all of the crystals in there, what crystals are, where they came from, how to find them, how to use them in practice, specific rituals that you can do. But basically they have energy. And the way I like to think about this, and the way that I like to live my life, Albert Einstein actually said everything in life is a vibration. There's a whole chapter on the law of vibrations in Make It Happen, and it's something that I live my life by. So basically everything in this world has vibrations, like that's science. This wall has vibrations, this bed has vibrations, because obviously the particles in them. Crystals have vibrations, I have vibrations. So if I give out positive vibrations, I am also going to attract other positive vibrations, because the rule of science, vibrations attract. So positive vibrations are going to attract positive vibrations. Negative vibrations attract negative vibrations. It all makes a lot of sense in my head. I don't know if I'm explaining this well. The universe is this huge realm of energy. So once you start giving out all these positive energies, you and the universe are going to align. Like the universe listens to everything you say. It's always got your back. The universe isn't out to get you. It wants to support you, and you've got to let it support you by doing your own inner work. So crystals is a really great like medium to do this with. You have to charge crystals to yourself. So as soon as you get a new crystal, it's not charged to your energy, so you need to charge it to your energy. And as soon as someone like my family touch this crystal, that means that my energy isn't on it anymore, their energy is. So if I want to use it, I'm going to have to recharge it to my energy. Does that make sense? One way you can do this is under the full moon, or just under any moon. So if you just set it outside overnight, the moon will charge it. But specifically it's more powerful when you set it out under a full moon. You can just leave crystals as that is, put them around your house. It does have like an energetic field, but if you actually want to use them to your advantage, you've got to set intentions to it. So a way to set intentions to your crystals. So hold the crystal in both hands and imagine that you and the crystal are surrounded by pure white light. State your intention either aloud or in your mind. So I program this crystal to support me in feeling more confident to set clear boundaries in my life, or opening my heart to experiencing love. Insert whatever experience you'd like to feel there. For the highest good of all, thank you. And then your crystal is programmed and it will work with you. So in meditation, if you like put it on your heart chakra, selenite is really good for like getting aligned. It can open and clear the crown chakra, which is the head, and allow you to receive inner visions and guidance through meditation. And sometimes you'll actually feel and hear and receive messages from the universe. Sometimes it won't feel as real, sometimes you'll just get an energy, sometimes you won't feel anything. I put them under my pillow when I'm sleeping. Selenite's really good for cleansing the energy in the room. They're kind of like ways that I've explored spirituality. So you can use meditations, crystals, just expand your knowledge. That's sort of like my history with spirituality and what I found. Honestly, I know that was a lot to take in, and I didn't really explain it very well because it's still like so complicated to explain to me, because it's all in my head, right? And it's so clear in my head, and then when I actually have to deep it and think about it and like speak it into existence, it's really difficult. The reason why this is part of the Self-Love Sunday series is because everyone deserves to feel this. Don't tell me you don't want to feel enlightened. I have such a buzz every single day of my life, and even through the darkness and even through the hard times. I'm not saying that my life is perfect, because it's not. Do it for yourself. If you really want to delve into self-love, maybe spirituality and like connecting with your soul is going to really help you and benefit you in ways that you never thought would. I think it's just all about being open-minded, because if you're watching this video and you decide that you want to love yourself a bit more, you've obviously recognized that what you're doing already isn't working, or like you're really struggling. So maybe opening your mind and reaching out to spirituality, the spirituality world, connecting with your soul will help you in ways that you didn't realize. So yeah, man. I love spirituality. There's so much to learn. I've never been this content and this happy ever in my life. And I just have so much faith that everything's going to work out for me. Good things are coming. I will continue to put out positivity and like speak my truth, like follow my bliss, because I feel like that's what I'm meant to do. That's what I was put on this earth to do. I was able to heal from a multitude of wounds, which is kind of crazy. Thank you so much for watching. I don't really know what this video is going to be like because I have been rambling, but I hope it makes some sort of cohesion in your brains. Thank you also so much for all the crazy messages that I've got over this self-love series. It's weird because I have all these thoughts in my brain and they've always been a part of how I think. Like, I've always thought this way. And I didn't really realise that it resonates with so many people, and all the messages that I've received saying how like they've really helped you, or they've just made you realise things, that means more to me than you will ever know. And I get emotional thinking about it, so I'm not going to talk about it too much, but it means so much, and I'm just really enjoying even just documenting these videos for myself, so I can like look back in a year and think, wow, like I've grown so much. And I'm so excited because I've grown so much in such a short space of time. I just wonder how much I'm gonna grow like in the future. If you've got any questions, I'll probably be able to articulate my thoughts a bit better in a message, because it's not just like a constant stream of consciousness. It's me being able to be a bit more analytical and rationalize what I'm saying. So if you've got any questions, I know I've got a lot more in my mind that I haven't spoken about, so just feel free to like spark a conversation on Instagram. Like, my DMs are open, and I love speaking about spirituality and everything that I believe in, really, and I'd love to have conversations with you, so don't be a stranger. Thank you so much for watching. This has been fun, and I'll see you at some point next week for another video.